It's a nice sunny day today. So, on the weekends that I do walking meetups, see the shirt, I have to get myself to the bathroom. That's why I'm walking alone, waiting for people. I'm early. But it's kind of a trying time, you know. I didn't sleep that much, which is okay. You know, I choose not to sleep that much if I go to bed later or whatever. And it doesn't really bother me, but I don't know, on the weekends it's like the accumulation of things from yesterday, being home all day, to only having some grapes this morning to kind of pick me up, to being tired from lack of sleep. It just accentuates or makes bigger, accentuates, I guess that's the word I'm going to use right now, but or emphasizes or elaborates or makes bigger, I can't say that, but the issues with, you know, my feelings that you know, basically a lot of people are not going to the meetup today, only 2 people, and how people cancel, basically feelings of rejection, feelings of, you know, that people are not liking me. That's basically what I'm saying. On the other hand, it's like I can't bend backwards for people, and I shouldn't have to. People are gonna like me for me, or they're not. And if people are coming to groups for me, I don't feel that comfortable either. Well, for me, in the sense of what I look like, I don't like that. I like people to come for who I am. But also people should come because it's something that they need. You know, not only come for me, come because they want to, and they want to, you know, get some exercise in, meet some people, have a good time. And I understand that people, it's hard for people to do that. It's easy for me to do that, just get up. I set myself up that way. And I have to understand that everyone is not like that. A lot of people are not like that. And then again, a lot of people will do things to get more people to come. And it doesn't fulfill me. Is there a spot on here? That's better. So, those are the feelings that I have on the weekends. It gets better, or it gets camouflaged when the word I wanted to say was enhanced. The feelings of rejection are enhanced, so they're brought up a lot. Anyways, where was I? Yeah, it's always a difficult feeling until people show up. Even if it's a couple people, we get to talk and I feel better. And I guess the few people do feel better. But it is very frustrating. It's frustrating being around people who are, you know, not similar to you. You know, or they have their own issues. And it's hard for me to deal. Just like I haven't heard from the guy I met. It'll be 3 days. And he says it's because he's had a bad week. he obviously doesn't look to me to talk to me, you know, even though we just met. And I find that sad. But the thing is, I have nowhere else to go. Not for lack of trying. So that's how I feel today, and it's difficult. Possibly when I get home and eat and sleep a bit before going to the gym, I'll feel better. And usually night times on the weekend at the gym is pretty cool. So that's the only thing I can do, is get myself into good environments, you know? But hold on a second. I don't know, it's difficult dealing with it. I like the fact that I'm bringing the camera along to talk to someone, because I need to talk to people. It's important to talk to people. Sometimes by talking you get to vocalize everything, and just the act of talking clears your mind, like I've been saying in the past few videos yesterday. Sometimes that's all it takes. So I'm trying to get myself to doing it. Let me just put this here for a second. And yeah, I find at least I'm opening up a little bit more now because of the Take Back Your Life YouTube channel. It's not my main channel, and so I feel better that I can kind of express myself and not let it interfere as much with my professional self, if that makes sense. It's difficult. It's really difficult. Here I am at the Olympic Stadium. There's supposed to be a race. What really pisses me off, there was this person on the meetup site, and she sent me a message saying, you know, she was participating, and then she says she's not going, and she says I heard there's a race from 8 to 12, and our walk is like from 10 to 10 to 12 or something. And so she felt it was necessary to warn me about that it was like this big important thing. She wrote important in capital letters. Bitch, shut the fuck up, really. You know, get out of your head. There's a race, so we'll go somewhere else. Really? You're that narrow-minded? You really don't want to go out? Get the fuck away, is what I'm thinking. But I don't say that. Some people are in their heads. They have such a reason for not doing something. Stay away from me with that shit. And a lot of people are like that. And maybe it's because I attract that, or I see it so well and it pisses me off that not a lot of people are more open-minded. Mind you, there's a couple of people at the meetup. One who's coming today who's very open-minded in certain ways. So that's good. I think if there's only like one or two, it's fine, you know. But it doesn't make a meetup group grow, you know, especially if other people. The last owner of this meetup group had 20 people, 30 people coming to the meetups all the time. I've never had those numbers. And so of course I can't help but feel bad. But I can't, what can I do, you know? I mean, people behave a certain way online, you know. And am I going the right way? I think so. I hope so. It's difficult to find your way in a web of confusion. It's very difficult. I can only do what I can do. I don't want to portray myself as someone who I'm not, although I have different parts to my personality. Where am I supposed to go? Okay. Oh, over there. Okay. So, I guess when I have time to think, with a lot of other things compounded upon that, or compounded on it, it gets too much. It gets overwhelming. So, you, the camera, or you, the very small viewing audience of one person or 0 people, will be listening to this. And see, oh, there's only a couple people down there. I don't know if you can see. But that's it, not many people. So I can walk and talk at the same time. Yeah. There's nothing really I can do about it except change my headspace. Or for you, change your headspace. There's nothing. Really, if people don't like me, they don't like me. But that's not necessarily the case that people don't like me. And sometimes they don't like themselves. You know, they don't trust themselves. They have a lot of fear to get out and do something. They have a lot of this talk in their head also. And it's, you know, if they're looking for someone to kind of lead them on that and guide them, I just do what I do. You know, that's the purpose. That's my purpose, you know. Just do what I do. And if someone gets influenced by it, is inspired, good. If not, well, I'm on my own path, right? That's how I want to lead my life. In abundance, and to progress with the projects I'm doing with that mentality. I still think it can be done. The last person who had the meetup site, who I took it from, who apparently had like 20, 30 people. I'm gonna have to check that site. But, you know, some people, one of the girls I talk with now said that there were a lot of people, but she didn't give an answer as to why, you know. But she said why it started failing. Everyone's got why it was failing. For the owner, the previous owner, it was failing because numbers started to go down. For one of the other members who's going to come today, she says it's because the owner stopped coming, stopped showing up, started canceling. You know, I think some things are based on interpretation, on perception. If I had 20 people come into the group, of course it probably would put pressure on me, but I'd want to go more, you know. When there's not as many people, I'm like, but I go anyways because I know it makes me feel good. So, but that's just the way it is, you know, from what I see. And I think that things get better from year to year. Yeah. So, just gotta stick through the hard times and build up something slowly. All right, take care.